Okay, let's just dive right in. Today, we're breaking down a really powerful philosophy for building wealth, and it's one that doesn't rely on getting lucky. It's all based on the ideas of the investor and thinker Naval Ravikant. And honestly, it might just completely change the way you think about your work and your future. Everything starts with this one powerful, kind of counterintuitive idea. Most of us, we go through life thinking that money and wealth are basically the same thing, right? But Naval argues they're fundamentally different, and understanding that difference and then chasing the right one, that is probably the single most important decision you can make.
So to really get this new framework, we have to get absolutely crystal clear on what these two words actually mean. This distinction, it's the bedrock of this entire philosophy. So let's break it down. What is it?
Well, just think about any typical job. You sell your time, maybe 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, and you get a paycheck for it. The problem is your time is finite. There's a hard ceiling on this traditional path because there are only so many hours in a day you can possibly sell. You are effectively renting out your life. So the very first step to breaking free from that trap is to make a really fundamental shift in how you see things. You have to stop chasing money and start building wealth. And to do that, you've got to know what you're actually aiming for.
And this, right here, reframes the entire goal. Think of money as just a tool. It's temporary, it's like a social IOU for work you've already done. Wealth, on the other hand, that's the real prize. It's the collection of assets that keeps on working for you long after you've clocked out. That is what buys your freedom.
And here's the crucial point. Wealth is a system that works for you, not you working in a system. It's the business that's making sales while you're on vacation. It's the code that's serving customers all over the world while you're fast asleep. It's basically anything that generates income without you having to actively trade your time for it.
Okay, so that sounds great, but how do you actually build these wealth-generating assets? It can feel a little abstract, I know. But Naval gives us a very clear framework. He calls it an engine for creating wealth, and it's built on 3 really distinct pillars.
So here they are: specific knowledge, accountability, and leverage. Each one is absolutely essential, and they all work together to create this incredibly powerful effect. Let's break down each component of this engine. First up is specific knowledge. Now, this is not something you learn in a classroom or get a certificate for. It's that unique thing at the intersection of your genuine passions and your skills, something you build up over time just because you're curious about it. It's the thing you find yourself doing on a Saturday morning just for the fun of it. To everybody else, it looks like hard work, but to you, it feels like play. That's your signal. That's it. Next up, accountability. This just means you have to be willing to put your own name on the line. Stop hiding in the back of a huge organization. You have to take public ownership of a project, a product, or a service. Because when you take on that risk, you also get to take home the rewards, both in terms of financial equity and, maybe just as importantly, your reputation. In the final pillar, leverage. This is the real game changer. This is how you finally decouple your effort from your results. With leverage, the quality of your judgment matters so much more than the number of hours you work. This is the thing that finally snaps that time for money link for good. And this is the amazing opportunity we have today. Historically, leverage meant either having people work for you, that's labor, or having a lot of money to invest, that's capital. But today, the most powerful forms of leverage are what Naval calls permissionless. So what does that mean? It means you don't need anyone's approval to start. The internet completely removed the gatekeepers. You can write code, you can start a podcast, you can create videos that reach thousands of people, and these assets can work for you 24/7 at almost zero cost to replicate. Okay, so you have this engine, but it doesn't produce results overnight. It is incredibly powerful, but it needs to be powered by a very specific kind of fuel, a long-term mindset. The key here is to just stop chasing short-term gains and playing status games. The world is full of people trying to look rich instead of doing the work to become wealthy. When you focus on creating real value over years or even decades, you just step out of that frantic competition. Long-term thinkers are collaborating to build something huge, while everyone else is just fighting over scraps. And listen, you can't play long-term games by yourself. You've got to surround yourself with partners, colleagues, and clients who are also in it for the long haul. Because when you do that, trust starts to build. And that trust, it unlocks opportunities that are completely invisible to people who are just looking for a quick transaction. And this really is the magic of it all. Compound interest isn't just for your bank account. Your reputation, your relationships, your skills, they all compound. When you invest in them consistently over a long time, they generate exponential returns. Those small daily efforts, they seem to do nothing for years, and then, boom, they create a result so big it looks like an overnight success to everyone else. The biggest rewards always come at the end of the game. So when you combine all of these pieces, the mindset shift, the 3 pillars, and that long-term perspective, what you get is a powerful new mental model. This becomes your actual path to genuine financial freedom. And here it is, all laid out. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's a clear, principled, and proven approach to building lasting wealth and, even more importantly, independence. It's all about designing a life where your time is finally your own.
And that brings us to the final and maybe the single most important question you can ask yourself. This entire journey starts right here, with you. What is that unique obsession, that deep curiosity you can't help but pursue, that will eventually become the very foundation of your wealth? Really think about it. What's that thing for you?